Morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. If you would like to understand what we do here on this channel, you can just check out the previous live stream straight up to January 2021. For the past 3.5 years, we have a variety of different introductions straight up to that point where we cover how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into subdomains, sub-series of life, finance, relationships, all the topics that are relevant to living in this kind of world that we're living in. If we were to look at it from a game or business or whatever perspective or analogy you want to apply. And of course, we also showcase the schedule and the times that we do the live streams, as well as copyright-free music. So with that being said, without further ado, let's just dive into sort of the next minute or so, just go through the table of contents, how we're going to break down this stream. Again, only about 14.5 minutes long every day. And so the first, maybe, I think the majority of the stream, almost straight up to 12 minutes, it's going to be just photography, and I'm going to be commentating over all the things captured in the photography, from food to grocery items to depths to relationship stories, a lot of storytelling, and I'm going to be trying to run through as much as I can, but it's going to be quite compressed, and that's okay. I don't need to go into too much detail. So that's that photography. At the very end, if I have any spare time, I'm going to try to work through some products in regarding to the side business that I'm running right now, kind of research, biomolecular research, kind of cellular nutritional company, and there's some invoicing for the clients I take care of, as well as the products themselves and the packaging. So gotta get that sorted out. There's some promotional items that I need to sort out in terms of logistics and file away after having done the administrative paperwork. So, and then at the very end, maybe last 30 seconds, I'm just going to try to squeeze in as much as I can the take-home message, which is always to take care of yourself and so on and so forth. So that's what to look forward to, and without further ado, we're just going to dive into it, because like I said, there's just not a lot of time. I should give a brief disclaimer and say, of course, I'm going to cover everything in terms of the perspective that this is a project, a time record of my life. So I am going to be real, genuine, and honest, and that means I cover the good, the bad, and the very, very ugly aspects. I'm not going to shy away from topics that are a little bit, I guess, non-PC or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so with that being said, let's just dive into it. Good. Alright, so what I can show you right now, you can see this expanded photograph is almost it's very meta in a way to say. I think that's a common word people like to use right now on Twitch. Meta. It's kind of like, you know, it's like a dream within a dream within a dream, and that kind of concept in Inception. So you see photographs of photographs of photographs of photographs, and you can see there's a whole variety of different things, not in too much detail. So I'm just going to get rid of this. That's a good synopsis and summary of what we want to cover today. And I'm going to drag up this one, which you can see in a little bit better detail, because a little bit higher, not higher resolution, it's just the images themselves are at just larger. So I'm going to pull this away now, and we can start to showcase the photographs in better detail, and we'll get to it. So we have a lot of, first of all, today's food. This was today's breakfast, and making also for today's dinner when I go to work. So we have some sandwiches. You can't see in too much detail. You can see some egg tarts on the left hand side right there. You also have a lot of ingredients for bread and basil, oregano, all that kind of stuff, prebiotic bread. We also have in the morning the oatmeal that I just make up in the morning. You can see also down here the supplements, so glucerna up there, as well as Usana Health Sciences, all those omega-3 antioxidants, all that kind of stuff, all that jazz. And a glucerna, of course, high in fiber, low in sugar, and that's just a good way to maintain my health. Of course, we also have some depth foods today. Some depth food on the top right hand side right now, you see in very low resolution, is that kind of bowl of fish and ground pork. That's the kind of stuff that is food I'm not supposed to touch or eat, but it is something that I realized that I did eat today, and it's basically plays into a lot of insecurities and a very dysfunctional household for the past 3 decades, and that's my responsibility. I shouldn't be touching things that make me uncomfortable, but I did do that, and so I have to document that. Okay, moving on. So that's not the most exciting thing. You can see, I'll give you a sample shot here. Here's a better photograph of that depth food item. Here's today's larger photograph of the oregano and the ingredients I use for dinner. Okay, pull it aside. Let's zoom back down here. So I showed you that mass photograph here, and I'm going to try to dive into as much as I can. So yesterday, over the weekend, sorry, I on Sunday went to get the groceries at Shoppers Drug Mart, and that was something, I didn't plan for that. But the good news is, I got off work working overtime again in PPE, making protective equipment, very relevant to pandemic. But this was even before the pandemic. I was already working in a company like this. My colleagues are fantastic. I went to pick over at Shoppers Drug Mart because I didn't have any. I couldn't plan anything out. My schedule was just too full from working overtime. And we have these two highlights of Shoppers Drug Mart is, first of all, we have the prune juice. So I've been having a lot of constipation issues, so I couldn't take a shit, Not, like I said, I'm just gonna be dirty with you. Like I couldn't use the damn washroom. It's fucking annoying. And so I need to get the prune juice. I almost felt like throwing up. And it got pretty urgent. And then below that, alright, we have Glucerna. So that was on sale for about $7.99. That's crazy. 6 bottles for, and these are like full meal replacements. Think about that. So we have vanilla and strawberry flavor there. So that's that. And then we also have another highlight there, the Ritz cheese crackers. Again, domestic issues. I am not supposed to use food that makes me uncomfortable. I bought that because I ended up eating that from one of my guardians. So moving on. Now we have Friday's food. I have some photographs that didn't work from Friday. And no, this is still Sunday. I made a lot of purchases on Sunday. So this is Tim Hortons. I went over to, so it's just a Canadian coffee donut shop if you're not familiar with it. And I wanted to get a raisin bran muffin to add a little bit more fiber as well. But I have to say, again, just being real, I was splurging a little bit. I shouldn't be. I just told you I have constipation issues for the past week due to just overload of this project, business, caregiving, my own health deteriorating, working overtime, all that kind of shit together. But I did it anyways. And so this is a pecan banana muffin. We also have next to it this promotional donut here. It's I believe a New York style strawberry cheesecake donut, a dream donut. So if you want to pick that up, it's like $2. So I don't know if this is available in your country or wherever you're from. Again, it's Tim Hortons, so it's probably not. But unless you're Canadian. But it was pretty good. It's nice and tasty. You can see the photographs here. If I can, man, it's too much. I can't exactly show in higher detail because I'd have to search out the photograph and that would take too much time. I only have so much time on the street. But let's move on then. In which case we have also, aside from Tim Hortons, we also have this kind of Wendy's. So Wendy's restaurant. It's just fast food. Spicy chicken wrap, once again, just kind of fucking around. I shouldn't be buying things that are only going to add to my constipation issues, but I did. And it was basically, I wanted to get something protein heavy so I could take my supplements, which again, Usana Health Sciences, a lot of that stuff, even with intelligence technology, which is a patent by our company, the fact is I would still benefit from eating protein heavy foods in order to increase intestinal absorption of the nutrients. All right, so that's that. Okay. We have another burst snapshot photograph here. Again, this one covers a little bit of the receipt. I probably shouldn't show in too much detail. So you know what? I'm being stupid. Don't show in too much detail. All right, moving on. Here's another one. That's kind of a photograph within a photograph. Well, I'm going to try to zoom in on it a little bit here. You can see that chair and that setup there. So why did I take that kind of setup? I want to show this really important thing. So next to me, I'm renting a household that's shared between maybe 5 different people, 5 different families, sorry. I'm keeping tabs on the time, I have 8 minutes. I've gone through about 9 minutes now. Gotta keep this brief. But basically, I had to cut my hair. I cut my own hair, alright. I also, cut my hair, cut my nails, all that kind of stuff. And then I needed to schedule that at the same time taking care of my body because I look like a total fucking mess. I have to be honest. I look like I just came straight out of the dumpster pile. And that's a very familiar theme with me because, back then I've experienced a little bit of, it was voluntary homelessness, but it was, I was kind of fucked up. I've mentioned before there are a lot of issues growing up, but the point is this, I was trying to take care of myself. And I was late for that, and I yet had also a business meeting with my partner, and so again, I was trying to juggle both. I had to eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast. I was like 5 hours late for that, so I need to eat something. I need to take a shower. I need to cut my hair, and at the same time, all this basic chores stuff. I also had to have a meeting with my business partner, who I've been giving the short stick. I've been very sorry about that, but KM, she's a fantastic individual, very supportive, and I actually had to tell her some things that were not so positive about our experience working together, about how she doesn't respect my independence as much as I would like, because I am a very independent person, and if that wasn't clear already. And so we had a very difficult conversation, and but you know, at the end it was for the best for both of us, and it's one of the first times I had to stand up against her and really draw the line in the sand and say that's too far. If we're gonna work as partners, you know, this is how I work. Anyways, I was doing that. That was a very kind of, you know, it clearly was a very serious meeting with her, and at the same time I was trying to take care of my basic shit. So there's the setup in the room next to me, so that has to do with the residency. So I was testing out, you know, there's another room next to me where my brother may or may not be renting out when he comes back from university, and so that I am taking the opportunity to use that room right now while I can. And that's that. So you can see on the newspaper to set up all the nutritional food, the paper that I used to cut my hair, the phone there to set up the sandals, everything just kind of scattered like this, and including some food, and I want to capture that. Next, all right, we have about 3 minutes left, not much time at all. All right, so we have some depth foods here. So also some research. You can see that I was checking out some clothing that is on sale, and I always do this every year on winter because I love winter clothing, because again, I'm very, you know, poverty mindseted, always thinking of things to keep me warm. And I noticed there's something that was, you know, last year I missed out. I decided not to, but 50%, it was like 80% on sale, and it was only for $50, but a really warm jacket. So I did some research into that. But we're also on like a pandemic situation right now, so I was seeing, are we still on lockdown? I had to go online and research that a little bit in my own city. We also have some depth foods here, some dried raisins, a lot heavy on sugar, as well as the meatballs and spaghetti. I'm not going to say too much except that they're depth foods, so they're not things I'm supposed to be eating. Plays into, again, domestic household issues, my insecurities, my fault for eating something I'm not comfortable with. Same thing with these tarts I had this morning. So these Portuguese egg tarts, again, should not be touching it. I don't feel comfortable, so don't eat it. And there's been a lot of stress-induced binge eating I've been having, and that's my fault as well. So I gotta take care of myself. I gotta make sure I don't do these stupid things. And at the end of the day, it's even worse because this plays into a lot of, you know, it's tied into me going to work late and everything. And I don't want to let my colleagues down because they've treated me like family. Next, you also see at the very bottom, of course, the map of, again, just a little bit shopping mall where I was thinking of, was it open? Is it all right to go to that place during pandemic situation? Again, the clothing, all that kind of stuff. But it is open and we are allowed, so that's good. We also have some more depth foods here. So this is from my Guardian's Class 2 item. Again, samwo, BBQ. So that's a, well, you know, think of cha siu and that kind of stuff. This is basically Chinese traditional Cantonese street food, Hong Kong street food. Very familiar in my early days. Even today I really like it, but this is a Class 2 item as well. Gifted, said my guardian said they would, I can have some if I want, and I did, but I shouldn't have, once again. Groceries, it seems like I already passed through this part. These things were mostly on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart, so again, about $2 each. I didn't realize that the blueberry cookies there, by the way, had a lot of omega-3 and some fiber, so that was nice. But most of the things I purchased here were just on sale, and it was junk food. Some depth foods as well, like I said, the prune juice. But I also wanted to return one of my colleagues at my workplace, ML, fantastic individual. She keeps trying to help me stop working on my own. I'm very independent, almost obsessively, and it's not doing many favors. And she's a fantastic person, kind of like my aunt, almost takes me like an younger brother. And you know, I want to just give her something back because she's been treating me for the past week or so. And gratitude for the day, that's that. Alright, Glucerna on sale. I think I covered all the photographs in as much detail as I need to, and that's about everything. So with that being said, I think I have less than 20 seconds left, so I can't cover the business products. If I can show you right now just very quickly. This is, I'm going to turn on the light, the business product. So the invoicing, so here I can probably file that away. I took a scan of everything as well as these cards. And maybe I want to move the soap bottles away, but I think I have to do that tomorrow morning stream. So that being said, thank you for tuning in. I'll check you all tomorrow morning. Hope to see a better version of you as myself tomorrow morning. Ciao.